Hello, it's been a while since my last video. This is not a very fancy setup by any means, but it is a realistic one. For those of you who are unaware, California is currently on fire, literally. And it's an intense time. Henry and I ended up having to evacuate. The fire situation so far, it doesn't seem like it will affect our personal homes, which is a great privilege, but it does. It was impossible to live there. Like, a lot of people were evacuating due to really bad air quality. Henry and I couldn't move due to it. It made us very, very ill. I forgot to say a lot. I forgot to say a lot. So I'm just going to kind of cut in and catch you up a bit on the things I forgot to say due to the bad air affecting my brain quality while filming this video. I wanted to discuss the symptoms here because one day I might write a fire into a book, and this is something I kind of want to go over a little bit. So I have this as like a virtual diary, or obviously I'm just one person who's experiencing this, but you know, there's a lot of different things for everyone. For me personally, this time around, I mean, I couldn't move for a few days. I couldn't think clearly. Every time I looked at a screen, I wanted to throw up. I'm starting to feel better. My body feels like hell. I can barely move it, but my mind is feeling awake. It's feeling alive again. And so I'm just taking notes of like what's working, what's not. With being chronically ill, I have found myself more debilitated by this than the last time. For those of you who don't know, when I was 21, I was working / living in the mountains, and the fire came our way. It wasn't like this one I'm currently going through where the fire is pretty far away. It's just like it was headed our way this time around. The last one though, I remember when we evacuated, the fire was on either side of our cars. Like, you could reach out from the car and touch the flames if you were stupid enough to do that, obviously. That was scary, and I remember feeling so calm throughout it all. It was very matter of fact. I had a job to do. I was in charge of minors during that time. My job was working with teens, and I had to make sure they were safe. So it was calm as a matter of fact. And then I remember we arrived at a high school gymnasium at the bottom of this mountain where everyone was sent to evacuate to because, you know, their homes might be on fire, or they were on fire, or they were about to be. And I remember we all had to make these makeshift beds. There were some people who slept in their instrument cases, or try to make a bed out of their suitcase. Me and this other girl created a bed out of blankets and pillows. It was very odd. It was very uncomfortable. Very, very just... It was an odd night, and I remember thinking, I don't think I will be able to go to sleep, but I feel like I need to. And then the next day I woke up on a stretcher because it hit me so hard in that moment. I guess in the middle of the night, and I had to be taken into the makeshift hospital area. That was the day I learned that I am someone who is calm in the heat of things. No pun intended. Then once I'm safe and once the people around me are safe, it all hits me like a ton of bricks. And from people who witnessed it, I guess I had a panic attack. The smoke and the flames and the fire made it messes with your nervous system because the air's so unclean that you're not breathing in fully, creating stress on your nervous system to begin with, by not breathing fully, and then also with the dirty air. And there was a lot of smog and stuff. Like, everyone was dehydrated because, you know, fire is hot and it dehydrates your body. There's so many different layers to why it gets you that way. And it's one thing to hear about, but it's another thing to experience it. And then from there, our little group, I think that later on that day or the next, we had to stay at a Motel 6 for 2 weeks. I remember thinking, what if I run out of contacts? They never talk about things like contacts in these survivor films or books, and I do think that's something important to bring into it, like that fear of, will I make it out in time before my daily contacts run out, because I'm a daily contact user. This time around, obviously being, like, I think the drive away from where the fires were when it started was about 30 minutes to an hour, so quite far. But where we were, it was like where the air was going, so we just couldn't breathe, and that well, we had to keep all the windows and doors closed, and we still do. So there wasn't any fresh air going in. It was weird. It was like our bodies couldn't stay awake. We had to keep lying down and trying to fall asleep. But due to the stress of, like, well, what if the flames jump? What if they hurry their way up here and we sleep through it, and then we're stuck, you know, we're screwed. So that stress and fear kept us from actually going to sleep or having good night's sleep. But the smoke and bad air made it impossible to stay awake. And so we tried to pack up the house as best we could. But I don't think I grabbed the right things. I do remember the first time, all those years ago when I was 21, but I grabbed my camera, my laptop, my chargers, my phone, and my 2 stuffed animals, and as many contacts as I could find. Stuffed it into a bag, I think an extra pair of clothes, and that was it. I remember just straight away knowing what I needed, but this time around I felt like with my illness, it really, already having brain fog, you know, I was struggling even more, and I grabbed my hula hoop. So we are currently staying at my parents', which means filming is next to impossible, because even where they live, air quality is pretty bad, but it's better than where we were. But obviously we're very lucky to have somewhere to go, because a lot of people that we know where we lived don't have this option. We're all stuck together. I mean, we were with lockdown, but even more so now. No fresh air. I have not felt fresh air in over a week, I think. No, in exactly a week. What else? What have I been doing during this time then? I surprisingly outlined my next novel, or started to. That was something weird that came over me. Even though my brain has been literally dead, I tried working out. That was fun. We celebrated my mom's birthday, even though it's nowhere near her birthday. We were just all together, and she was like, you know what, why don't we just celebrate everyone's birthdays? So we watched My Big Fat Greek Wedding. We're trying to make the best of a pretty bad situation. During the ride down from the mountain, everything kind of went wrong. Due to the air quality, I was very, very nauseous. I had to keep pulling over due to car sickness. I thought I was gonna throw up. My stomach hurt so bad. My poor little Bubs, who was right here next to me. It was really hard for her too. She was crying, and then next thing I know, she threw up. It was so sad. My heart broke for her. So then I had to pull over on the side of the mountain. It was pitch dark. Henry was in a separate car. I couldn't get hold of him. There was no cell reception. So Monroe was like playing in the car, and I was like on the side of the road trying to clean off her cat carrier with my phone flashlight. But everything's pitch dark around me because there's no street lamps, and I'm just thinking, I hope there's not a murderer nearby, or like a werewolf, because those were the 2 main fears. Not a real wolf. And then when I was driving in the last leg, I could see the fires, and it was quite scary. The video that I have here doesn't really do it justice, but it was very, very creepy. Yeah, I don't know. We're just currently surviving. We're currently making the best of it. But I don't know. I am so confused with what to put here, because it's one of those things where I want to document this moment, but I also don't want to make a silly video. But more than anything, this is just some snippets of how my life has been the past week. Nothing special, but honestly, even though this has been a horrific time, I have been really enjoying the time with my sisters and my parents, and I feel like we're all getting a lot closer. So, yeah, I don't know. Thank you for watching this random video. Let me know if you are also somewhere that is affected by the fires, or maybe the hurricanes, or whatever other horrific stuff is happening in the world. You know, if you need to vent about it, you can use my comments. I am trying to get back to people, but with everything going on, I just haven't been fully present. I haven't been able to look at a screen without wanting to throw up, but it's starting to get better. And I just want to thank everyone who's reached out and who has been really helpful. I'm going to link something down below if you want to help with the fire situation, but obviously there are so many other things happening in this world, so I completely understand if you can't. It's 2020. I don't know why we're shocked anymore. All right, well, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hopefully it's better. Hopefully, yeah, no, the next one should be better. The next one should be better. There should be like, it should be cute. It should be cute.